All right. 10 away, episode 20. And Richmond's wrapped up, but this weekend Lindsay and I were, which by the way, hello people on TikTok. I don't know if they can hear me, but like it's running TikTok live right now. Um, but yeah, Lindsay and I, we went out this weekend, went to a popular place around our area, but we ate at this one place, Mendocino Farms, really good, but we were eating outside, and we this place is kind of fancy. It's got a Gucci store. It's got a Tiffany's. It's kind of a nice outside mall area. If I had to compare it to anything, it's kind of like a downtown Disney feel in the way.
Okay.
Um, but we're sitting outside eating at this place, and it's right next to the valet area. So there's a bunch of nice cars. There's a Porsche 911, a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and then a couple Bentleys came in, and we're all parked they're parked like right on the side. And but there is a very nice Lamborghini in front of us, like fully custom. I don't know the model. I mean, it was like newer than the Aventador. I don't know what came after the Aventador, but it was nice. Top was off of it, so it was convertible, or not a convertible, but the top was off. But anyways, that being said, it was nice. I'm a detailer, and since I got out here, I've detailed many cars. I don't really get excited by a lot of cars anymore, and this Lamborghini actually caught my eye, and I was like, oh, it's nice. But it caught a lot of people's eyes. And
Okay.
there's some people just taking pictures of it. And this is the point where I'm like, this is probably a $400,000 car. Now, the owner wasn't sitting in it around it. I don't know where they were, but like some people were coming by, just like looking in, leaning over, being pretty respectful as you can be. The point that got me was this group came by, and this guy was wearing the Ray-Bans that you can like do video with. And he just like pretty much put them in the car to the point of almost sitting them in the seat. I was like, that one's
It's a little
weird.
weird.
It's a little weird, but then like they left and then they came back and started taking more pictures around the car and he was like pretty much filming the lights. Like he was like using his glasses as a camera as they are, but like he was like doing essentially
That's what I'm gonna start
cinematic.
doing. I'm gonna buy some. I'm just gonna hold them up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna do the podcast that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you're also going to look really good. Uh But yeah, he was using them like a cinematic camera. I don't know if he does. Anyways, it was very odd. But the part that was like getting me was they kept taking pictures, but they were like touching the car, and that's what is weird to me.
You're not supposed to touch the car.
Well, yeah, they weren't like sitting on it. They weren't going too far, but like they were putting their hand and like leaning on it and like taking a picture. And that to me was just weird. And I was like, if I had a $400,000 car, I knew this kind of attention would come, but like that to me is where
Yeah.
I've seen worse
Gotta
videos
draw the
with
line there.
yeah, I've seen videos of like a guy that had like a Bugatti or a Lamborghini or some nice car that drew that kind of attention and like these young kids were like not young kids but young adults were like sitting on it and acting like it was theirs for the video and picture and then he approached them and then they got defensive immediately because they didn't know he was the owner until he like beeped the unlock button. And it's just like the mindset that people get that and sometimes I saw some people posing with the Lamborghini like it was their own, and it's like
Right.
that's a weird mindset for me, man.
So to talk about the same kind of scenario that you're talking about, I've
Yeah,
seen videos. I don't think I've ever seen it in person, but something that gets me every once in a while, like when I come across these videos, is the entitled people who want to go and take a picture with it as
yeah,
if it's their car.
yeah,
Not just take a picture of the car and be like, yo, look what I saw. It's like they'll like put their ass on the bumper and lean on it.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like,
These
what,
people,
like, in what world do you think that that's like smart to do? Because even if you post it, who's gonna suddenly be like, hey man, congratulations, I can't believe you got that. It's like,
yeah,
who are
your
you
friends know
fooling?
you're that poor. Your
Yeah, you're
friends,
broke like the rest of us. Get back here,
yeah, yeah. No, that
bozo.
it never got to that. I was kind of waiting for it to get to that point. They were getting a little like they hung around there for. We were sitting down for probably a total of 45 minutes. They were there for 15. It was kind of odd.
Yeah,
And then what was weird is we went just across the small street that was there, and they were just sitting in the bench looking at it and then looking at the photos they took. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop too much, but I was like, this is
you really can't help yourself, right? In
well,
those
it's
moments, you
like
got to.
we're also in a very nice area. There's literally a fountain synced up to music on the other side of this place. Like it's a very nice area. If you're familiar with LA, we're in the Americana outlet area, and like it's a cool, like it's cooler than a Lamborghini. And but yeah, I've detailed nice cars now, and so like they don't excite me like they would have when I lived in Charlotte, but like there are times where like even I turn my head at some of them. But yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways, let's get into Richmond. We have a lot to talk about. So
let's let's
let's
talk
jump in.
about it.
All right. As I said, Richmond in the books. Pretty good weekend. A lot of good stories, but a lot of chaos too at times. And actually, um, I know I texted you yesterday, being Saturday. We're actually recording on a Sunday, but I texted you in the first stage. I was like, I'm kind of over Richmond at this point. And then after that text, it seemed
10
like,
minutes later, we're like, whoa, this just got way more exciting.
yeah. And I would actually end on saying the race was a good race. So, but
So
let's,
Jeff Gluck's
yeah,
Twitter poll, he had it at like an 84% like people liked it.
yeah,
So I think that the first stage, I can't remember what lap I came in on when I got home, but I started watching it. I saw Bubba was leading,
yeah. That was familiar.
and I can't remember who was in second. Someone was really fast. I was trying to figure out who the car to beat was at the time, and at the time it was Bubba. I know the 23 was in the lead, and then you and I were like, man, this is pretty dry. It seems like nothing crazy's going on, and then all hell broke loose a
Yeah.
few laps later.
Yeah,
Um,
it was well, I need to ask. Let's go ahead and start out with the truck race because I this was that one I only got the last like 120 laps worth.
okay,
But yeah, Corey Heim wins the truck race. My one truck scheme shout out was the 16 because I didn't see much else.
okay.
But that was a pretty cool truck. Christian Eckes coming back down for it too was pretty cool. My other scheme shout out that I'm just putting with the trucks is the 8 late model of Dale Jr. I don't know if you saw a picture of
I saw
that.
the baseball
Yeah.
car was back.
I had to shout that one out because I watched the highlights of that race and it was pretty cool. But yeah, so y'all's weekend, y'all ultimately finished third, but not without
S-
fighting.
Started
So
third, finished third.
okay,
What else can you do?
y'all did start third. Uh, how was the truck race? Again, I only saw the last 120 laps.
The first stage was really dry. Not a whole lot happened. I'll be honest, between the 11, 98, and us, we were the best three trucks. Like between all three of us, one of us was gonna win it. Like after I watched the first stage, I said to myself, okay, this is gonna come down to good strategy, good pit stops, like putting a whole race together essentially, because we knew most likely we're probably gonna have one green flag stop at the end for that last 100 and how many laps was it? 110 lap run? 100 lap run?
Yeah, it was a
Because it
long
was
one at the end.
the
Yeah.
stages were like 60, 60, 130.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm thinking it's about 130, I think was the last segment. So in my head I was starting to try to plan out what the race was going to look like, and then we also have a game plan every week. We kind of go over strategy and stuff, what it'll look like if we end up doing something that we think could happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first stage the top three we had a lead. We were all within like I think 3 seconds of each other. First, second, and third within 3 seconds, and then fourth place was 8 seconds behind us in third place. We had
Mm.
lapped all the way up to like 12th place or something like that. So that was the telling moment for me when I realized like, okay, it's up to us and just having a good night, clean on pit road. Don't give it any track position that we need to. Like it's really just mind our P's and Q's. So
Yeah.
it came down to the first stage was pretty bland. The 19 was like two stalls over from us. They had some kind of right front issue. Their right front went down. They went behind the wall for a little bit. No cautions though, from what I remember the first stage. And then I think right as we got cycled through the second stage, it was either coming to the second stage. We were gonna pit the 88 and 98 tangled, and then that's when the 98s got spun
Yeah. I mean,
and he was in
not
the
even
lead.
his
Like
fault.
I'm pretty sure the 88 said there was oil on the truck because I think Lane
Yeah.
right before that happened, Lane was like, "There's oil down on turn three," and then
Yeah.
the 88 I think got in it and it drove him up the track and right into his teammate the 98, which like what are the odds, you know?
Well,
So
what was funny, kind of like not funny, but looking at the weekend, that happened to Ty, and then it also happened to Tyler Reddick. Uh,
yeah, weird, right? Same
yeah,
corner too.
yeah, not the same situation, but just kind of like the leader just trying to get around and keep going, and then just ends up. I mean, Ty Majeski ultimately comes out to finish second, so he got the better scenario in the end. But
Yeah, no kidding. I
yeah,
feel I felt for them because I think they had the best truck, but I also say whoever got the lead was going to run away with it. So when we went back to green within the last 120. and the 11 broke out front, I kind of
Yeah.
was like, this is most likely going to end up being their race. No, I take that back. It wasn't that they got it with 120 to go. There was a late race caution somewhere with like 40 to go, and we all pitted, and then they
Hmm.
got the lead and just ran away with it. So,
Well, that was what like y'all charts when I came in. Y'all were like back in like 11th or 10th or something like that.
so
And
we
then
we decided not to pit. We held on to our tires,
yeah.
and there was like 8 trucks behind us that did pit.
Hmm.
And I don't remember Richmond being a track where tire wear was as uh, prominent like it was the other night. So to see the tire fall off versus new tires was kind of a breath of fresh air. I don't feel like we've had any races this year where, unless you're going to Darlington or something, where it's notorious for being like tire wears, the fall off is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember Richmond being that way, but new tires versus old tires, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So we ended up dropping to like 10th place, came down pit road under that second stage, pitted, got tires, and we started driving our way back to the front. I think there was like 2 cautions later in the race, and then that's when the 11 eventually got to the lead and just was able to hold it. So
Yeah. Y'all definitely like the top three trucks that are the top three finishers were the best trucks from what I could put together. And yeah, Corey Heim, I felt like kind of like you said, like he had the lead at the end, which I think was the favor that he needed. But like the 98 from what I saw was definitely the truck to beat. Like he was running away and he had that unfortunate. Y'all, I never really I felt like I saw y'all's true potential because, like I said, y'all moved up through the traffic really well, which is the sign of a strong truck. And but yeah, like for me, it seemed like when y'all got to third, it kind of plateaued. At least y'all had met y'all's match, and I was wanting that. I mean, selfishly wanting that late race restart just to kind of see where y'all placed against Majetski and Heim, really.
right.
Because I mean, y'all were right there with the 38 truck at one point of Chandler Smith, and y'all clearly drove away. So y'all were definitely a strong truck. Um, yeah, it was honestly a pretty good, interesting race from what I saw. I mean, it wasn't a wreck fest, but like it was definitely like passing and some challenges for the lead and yeah, I don't know. Like this Richmond weekend ultimately surprised me. I think is what we'll kind of find. But yeah, I mean, honestly, solid week for y'all. But Corey Heim gets I mean, he already won the regular season championship. But yeah, adding
Another
a
win for the 11. I started picking on the pit crew guys that are on the 11. I'm like, hey, can y'all stop winning? Like,
yeah,
do us all a favor.
start pitting three lugs. Maybe see what happens there.
Yeah, just gamble.
uh, But yeah, let's look at the top 10. I mean, there's not much to talk about other than, I mean, the top three, like we said, best trucks of the night. Ty Majeski's team, good on them for having that bounce back. But Corey LaJoy gets a fifth place finish, bringing that 77 home. Um, the only other one I would shout out would be Caden Smith, first starting the 52 truck and bringing it home 10th. So good for them. Gio Ruggiero, I'm seeing this now from started 35th and ends up sixth. So good for them.
Yeah,
Wow.
solid night.
Yeah, solid night. But that does it for the truck race. Let's go ahead and let's move into the cup race because a lot is there as well. My scheme shout outs are the 67. I think that scheme, I was debating whether to double. Like, this is the first time I was like, shit, am I going to shout out another scheme? Because I remember when I saw the Robin Hood car, I was like, that's cool. And it was in my
It's a
shout
pretty
outs.
sporty scheme.
It
I
is.
saw it in person, and I think it's a pretty good looking car.
Yeah, and I broke the dam with shouting another car out that I've shouted out before, which was the 54. And then the new one, the 12, was pretty cool. I'm not huge on like mostly black cars. Like I actually almost put the 8 on here because I actually thought it looked really good too. Um, but yeah, the
Cameron
12
said,
look
"Paw Paw car strikes again at Richmond." LOL.
yeah. Well, yeah, let's talk about it. Austin Dillon wins and like they won straight up. They won
This
straight up.
year was kind of like the redemption year that they didn't get last year.
Yeah.
Everybody knows last year they were probably gonna just drive off into the sunset and win.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. I'm not like an Austin Dillon homer, but for the guys that are on the 3 cup car, they've been together for years. It's cool to see them win when they
Yeah.
do get those wins. So I'm happy for like Paul and Ethan, Josh, the guys that I know and see every weekend.
Well,
But
that's
I
a
also like that he kind of was able to go and like, hey, I earned this one. I didn't wreck
oh
people.
yeah. He's
So
straight
all
up
that being said,
straight
he
up won
won
it.
it straight up. So
Yeah. Well, that's a question I just kind of thought of now, but like I knew you growing up as a Rays fan, obviously Jeff Gordon, but like you were like me, or you're like, nah, I don't like Kyle Busch, I don't like Denny Hamlin, didn't like Joey Logano, kind of the typical villains. But like, um, getting into the pit world, are there pit crew members that soften you up to a driver in a way?
I think there's definitely some biasness for sure when you're like, hey, my buddies are on that car. Like, might
I
not love
actually,
the driver, but I love my pit crew friends, so you're excited for them.
I think I experienced it a little bit because during the race, Carson Hocevar had like two bad pit stops, and I was like, oh, Jarris. Uh, and I was like, oh, friend of the show, having some issues. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
so see now you know what I feel like when I see like Blake Houston the other night, the
yeah,
20 had a left front that was about to come off and they backed him up. He drove like two stalls away,
yeah,
backed up, and the lug nut
yeah.
was I don't know if the lug nut was engaged to be honest with you. But I
Well, I
saw
mean,
Blake Houston, he was on TV. They had to fix it really quick.
I mean, talk about pit problems. Though I just put this as funny, which was Bubba's tire coming off, and what I found funny about it was it literally chased him down.
It chased him, hit
And then
him,
it
and then
just-
they went back out there and
yeah,
put the tire on. And it wasn't even his team. It was I think it was the 19
yeah,
team.
it was the 19 as well, but
Let's see.
definitely saved
Cameron
them.
also said, not sure if you talked about this, but the 19 team saved Bubba. We're literally talking about it right now.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, they definitely saved them. But uh, yeah, there was a lot of pit road issues, honestly, in the Cup race, particularly. Like, I mean, the eight
Dude, I
having
mean,
its speeding
welcome to
and
one lug, man. It's so close for everything you're doing. You're pushing the limit everywhere.
well, the issues I was seeing particularly were jack problems, like miscommunications. Like the jack man thought they were done. Like that
Going
was
on the
Bubba's
jack.
issue. Yeah, he just saw that they were putting it in, but it was they had just put it on, kind of deal. And yeah, it just seemed like that miscommunication. Then a lot of speeding penalties. It was kind of crazy, honestly. Chase
Hmm.
Elliott had like a pit box penalty, like he entered too low because Briscoe was in his pit stall and he went over the orange line. So I don't know. I kind of titled this like a lot of costly mistakes, and obviously Chase Elliott's mistake didn't cost him, but like which man, my wife being a Chase Elliott fan was not happy with this race. She was excited with a good starting place, and then was really mad at Kyle Busch
Yep.
later
That was
on.
pretty crazy. So Cameron said he enjoyed the pit strategies, and I have to agree. It was a good race. The tire fall off again, kind of same thing with trucks. It went kind of hand in hand, coincided that it was nice to see if we can get that consistently every week, it'll help the racing not be so stagnant.
The pitch strategies, I actually had a note of it and I deleted it at the end because it I feel like the past 4 weeks maybe. The pitch strategies have almost been chaotic to the point where I was like, who the heck is in first? Who's truly the
Oh yeah,
leader
it's
here?
like
And so Richmond was
so
getting to that
random.
point, and then it kind of became level, and I was able to like I don't know if it was maybe I just lost track, but now I felt like Richmond I was able to keep track because it was kind of everybody was doing the same thing, especially in stage three, that long stint, and Carson Hocevar was the only one doing something else. So
Right.
um it was kind of interesting to see those strategy play. I mean, you really saw it with the three who did a great move. You have to give the crew chief credit for when they finally ended that great battle they were having with the 12 and they immediately pitted once they got the lead. It was like the next lap they pitted
Mm,
as soon as they could, which uh I mean, if Blaney had the right strategy, he would have just gone in there with him. But they didn't see it. They just jumped on the opportunity, and you really have to give credit to them seeing that
yeah.
and seizing it for it. And I mean, it was the difference of almost three, maybe even 4 seconds, because Blaney
Right.
stayed out for like another 3 laps on horrible tires. And
So he just kept losing time.
yeah, I mean, he pitted just the lap that Austin Miller took his lap back. So like it was that much of a difference. And yeah, it really was a big difference in the end, honestly.
Corbin said, going back to tire wear and strategies, it made it a little more interesting to watch. Yes, absolutely. I second that.
Yeah, this I was a bit scared because
What's up, Corbin?
I knew the tire was gonna I knew the tire was something to watch, but then I was like, it doesn't seem like it's falling off. And then as the race kept going, it kept falling off, and I was like, okay, this I like this style. Because again, I when I first texted you, I was like, this just seems like another short track where we're just gonna get stuck after a minute.
Yeah.
And no one was gonna be able to pass, but it was crazy to watch those people on new tires just run down within 4 laps, get their lap back, and yeah. Uh, but yeah, as we talked about, Reddick got spun by the 54, who was hit by the 99, And but yeah, it really just mirrored Ty Majeski's incident with the 88, or yeah, the 88 is Mike Crafton, right?
Matt Crafton? Is that
Yeah,
who you asked? Yeah.
yeah, 88. Yeah, it same thing, but Reddick unfortunately did not work out for him. He took heavy damage to the point where he
He
just
was never the same.
yeah, he never the same and couldn't really bounce back from it. And unfortunate for them because you talked about earlier the car to beat was Bubba, but at one point it
The
was Tyler
45.
Reddick. Ultimately, yes, they were up front running 1-2. Really great night showcase at least for 2311. But ultimately, I thought the 11 of Denny Hamlin, if he ever got to the lead, got to the front, he was just going to run away.
I thought the
Um,
22 for a little while was going to be the car to beat
Me
once.
too. That
I
third
thought he was going to be the one
stage,
to get up there and just take off, but
and I texted you after that. We were texting, and I after the big wreck, I saw Hamlin. I thought he took enough damage. Same with the 24, who was kind of strong, and I thought these big players took enough damage to affect their night. It didn't, but I mean, it may have affected Hamlin, but the 22, they just kind of plateaued, or they leveled out. Like they finished fourth, but I don't know. We'll see, but. Yeah, I had actually texted you saying it seems like the 22 is the strongest car now, and I was wrong. The three just
the three
really
got
turned
the
up.
lead and took off.
Yeah, but yeah, as we could say, like they got the redemption
Yeah.
definitely, and they straight up won the race. You can't be angry, you can't be upset about it, even if you're a hater. Like this is not a race you can be upset with them.
No, I
So
thought overall for it being a cup race the first time in a while that you can walk away and overall be pretty pleased with how the race strategy, the tire fall off. I
yeah,
thought it was overall a really solid race. I thought for a little bit, especially in the first stage, that it might turn into a very stagnant, like single file. Everybody gets strung out, follow each other.
yeah. Well, that's the way Richmond has felt the past couple of years. Just
Absolutely. I
just
think that
never.
big accident really changed the game. And then, like I said, also the tire wear helped.
Yeah,
Just had
Tyler.
it had a good overall race product.
I just don't want NASCAR to take this and be like, see?
And
No.
then just try to like not do anything. Like, you got to
Yeah.
keep tweaking stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. We had like what 4 or 5 weekends of pretty frustrated fans. And now we have one. I would call this right now a fluke of a race in a way. Kind of reminds me of Bristol with the huge tire wear issue last year in the
Hmm.
way of like, don't call this your answer until you're at least 2 races in and with positive feedback. Like, don't say that
Right.
you've anything's fixed. Like, let this be the odd man out right now. But yeah, let's. I guess there's not too much more to talk about with the Cup race because there's a couple rumors I want to talk about since we have the opportunity to. But I'll just kind of list the top 10. Not list the top 10, but shout out. Let's just shout out the three one more time. Great on them. Alex Bowman comes on second. Did somebody say something?
We got two comments. My
Let's.
wife, she
Hey,
says,
keep it
what's
down.
your favorite track to pit on and what's your least favorite track? Least favorite track? I don't even know if I have a least favorite track. I probably have to go Phoenix as least favorite only because the wheels get so hot and the pit stalls are really slick. We have to put down a lot of
Coke,
we
Sprite,
don't have Coke. It's a compound that we spray. It's a
RC
really
Cola.
sticky. Um, favorite track to pit at might be Darlington or Daytona. Daytona not as much just because pit stops don't matter as much. It's really about just getting fuel in the car. Darlington because we have really big pit stalls and tire wear is really key, so we need to
Hmm.
change tires and perform.
Yeah.
Um, and then Cameron said Lane will win Darlington betting the house. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good pick as always. But yeah, there's only like a handful, really, like two more people. Austin Cindric had a good race, straight up good race.
Yep, I
Like
saw that.
Penske in general,
You know who I want to give a shout out to that had a good race?
who
SVG.
honestly,
Decided
yeah,
to drive like the third lane on that
he
track
did.
and just kept rapping. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna make it work.
Well,
And sure
him
enough,
and
he came home, I think what, 14th, 13th?
in 14th, yeah, him and Kyle Busch were the only ones really doing that. I was like, why isn't anybody else doing this? Because
Well, I think
it was one.
it looked like Kyle did it after his accident. I don't know if maybe the car was more tight, so he just decided to drive
I feel like I saw him doing
that
it a
lane.
little bit at the race. at the beginning of the race just
Maybe I only
because
started paying attention after SVG started to do it, but it was
that's
after
probably it.
the big accident that I saw the 8 was doing it as well.
Yeah. I will shout out Kyle Larson. He had a thumb of a car, I feel like, until like the last like 50 laps. Um,
A thumb
Daniel's
of a car,
yeah, like he wouldn't go anywhere. Like when he was back in 30th when he started,
just carrying a boat anchor, man.
it seemed like it, but it was very frustrating. But anyways, Daniel Suarez seventh, Josh Berry eighth. Good on them. And yeah, that's I mean Brad Keselowski coming in with ninth, but yeah, not really much. The one guy I want to know what have really I think it was just they got off strategy was the 60 of Priest. Started on the pole, but finished like 30th or 35th or something like that. And
Did
like
he really?
yeah, it was bad. Like the first stage, everyone pitted, but they just committed to running it out. And so they just got swallowed up and never got it back. And I felt like it was a real missed opportunity for him, at least for
Okay.
a
I
great
don't know if I
finish.
caught that. I knew he was fast, plenty fast, but did
Yeah.
not realize he had that bad of a finish.
Um, this is kind of unplanned, but let's just talk about one rumor I saw, at least for now. But the All-Star race is being considered for Dover.
Yeah, I got told about that this past week, and all of us kind of looked at each other. We're like, "What are we doing?"
I like
Unless they're gonna drop like dragster motors in these things and let them haul ass around that track,
even then.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I think I like it in theory, being it's Dover, but here's the catch: Dover doesn't have lights.
Yeah, that's what
It's
they were
gonna be a
saying.
day race, so it's not gonna feel like the traditional night race for
Yeah.
the All-Star race. Um, I don't know if I hate the idea. I don't know if I love it.
Well, I just don't think Dover's a sprint track, like because that's what the All-Star race is. It's full of like short segments and everything.
I I'm a fan of just coming. I like the idea of North Wilkesboro. Um,
That's the thing. I like North Wilkesboro too much to make it a points race because I think it will lose its energy. I think Wilkesboro is a great all-star format. For one, like a lot of people say, it's so close to home that switching to Charlotte the next week is just as easy as it was with Charlotte. And like again, it's just it reminds us of the roots. You can still experiment if you need to there, but like yeah, like it's a small track. Um, it really fits. I just feel like if you I don't know. If you make it a points race, I feel like you're kind of killing the magic that's there
for Wilkesboro.
for Wilkesboro. And with Dover, I don't think it's a track right now that's set up for an all-star race in the way that the racing product has been.
Yeah, Cameron
Unless
is
you throw
saying that
some,
Wilkesboro is supposed to be a points race. So maybe he's heard something we haven't.
I
I'm good with either, to be honest. As long as Wilkesboro is on the schedule, and whether it's a points race or if it's the All-Star race, I'm cool with. If you go to a points race, do we go back to Charlotte for the All-Star race? I kind of like the idea of it alternating tracks, but
you know what I want to be an all-star race, which
I don't know if I like the idea of it alternating races either.
I want Atlanta to be the all-star race. Like
I
throw them
mean,
out
it's put
there.
on a good product, so. But then again, what's the difference from us just going to Daytona for the All-Star
I
race?
mean, practically distance is what I would
It's
say.
just like going to Dover. Daytona and Dover are like 8 hours away from each other.
No, I'm saying practically going to Atlanta is only 4 hours. But I'm just saying that because what we saw when Chase Elliott won was kind of the same field size that All-Star race would be, and it was pretty fun. Um, but it's just a fun track. I don't know if I support it because, yeah, like you will tear up some cars, like, and so
Yeah,
I do kind of think about that for teams now. As a fan, it's like, yes, I want the carnage that comes with potentially Atlanta, but I like Wilkesboro right now. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I would put it as a points race, although I think it will be, as we're probably seeing that they're moving the All-Star race seemingly. But I also saw that Tuesday we might get a schedule. I've seen that as a rumor, but
that'd be pretty cool.
it'd be nice. But yeah, I also I Dale Jr. put out there, and I kind of just want to talk about it. I feel like we already talked about it one more a little bit, especially Watkins Glen weekend, but the amount of road courses that NASCAR has right now. Do you like it or not? Because you watch F1. And is there anything about a road course
Mm,
comparing or putting it in the NASCAR schedule that you do or don't like or what? Because you kind of have to
well,
take it
so I
seriously
know
if you
that
put five or six in there. But I feel like if you put two
Yeah.
in there, no one's
So,
gonna really take it seriously,
yeah, exactly.
except for SVG.
I'll be honest, I don't think it really matters to me. I know that next year I've been told we're not going back to Mexico because it was just
It's a
mishandled this year. There's a lot of things that happened that should not have. It was just very extra, I guess is probably the best way to put
yeah.
it.
Well, also I
And
heard
on
what
top of
is it,
that,
World Cup?
everybody got sick. There's a lot of people that got sick. That's something that we might not be able to prevent. So that might be also playing into an effect.
Yeah.
You'd have to do Mexico, then you'd have to basically have like a weekend off. And I don't know
Yeah.
if it makes sense for them to do that because that's kind of what I heard from like most people. They said being at the track in Mexico was not the problem. It was the travel and then getting sick.
Yeah.
And I mean, nobody wants to go to a place that you know that you're probably going to get sick, so that might also
Yeah.
be a factor. But if you did the Mexico race, you'd need to do it where you come home and then the next weekend's an off weekend, but it's the middle of summer.
Yeah.
And they've never done middle of summer off weekends. So, um,
You know what I
there's a couple things in there I think. So I think I've been told we're not going back to Mexico, so you might be dropping one of those six. So it might only be five. It might be San Diego, Coda, Sonoma, Watkins Glen, and Roval. A lot of people are saying they don't really care about the Roval anymore.
I wanted to go.
I'm
I'm
kind
going
of
to the
cool with it. The cool idea has lost its touch, and I think that
yeah.
it's flipped now. That the 600 is such a good race with the next gen car.
Yeah.
You got to start thinking about doing two oval races in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Whether that's the 600 will always stay the same around Memorial Day, or if the second race, the Bank of America 500, is typically the second oval or second race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, if
Yeah.
that becomes the championship race one day, because that's something else they've talked about. They've moved up the season a little bit where it's no longer ending in the middle of November.
Yeah.
This year it ends on like November 2nd, so it's not as cold in Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean sometimes it can be, but
What
you just never know.
I
So
I I like the Roval
to
for huh?
to answer your question, I can kind of take it or leave it though about how many road courses we have. I think a lot of the drivers are just not really that gung ho about road course
No. I
racing.
mean, if you're a pure NASCAR driver,
Especially, it's weird how basically over the last almost 2 months we've had four road course races. So it's
yeah.
like every other weekend we were alternating like oval, road course, or short track road
Yeah.
course.
I think we got road course fatigue definitely, but I like road courses from a marketing standpoint because when you look at the mass motorsport like world, it's really there's not really a lot of other series that do oval racing intensely like NASCAR, if any of them do, except for, short track grassroots racings. But you talk about like IndyCar, you talk about Formula One, you talk about MotoGP or whatever, but like these big ones that have mass, fan bases, and if you want to appeal to them, and NASCAR, I think there is a need for it, there is a place for it. You definitely have to learn to space them out. But I am over the Roval to the zero in on the Roval. I like the Frankenstein road course aspect of it. It reminds me a lot of Daytona, which is a really cool road course as well. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that formula go somewhere else. Like I know Pocono has a lot of track to on the infield to potentially do.
It's funny you bring that up. We have Harvick fan forever said, "Yo, what's up, Blake?" He asked
Yo, what's
me,
up?
"What is your opinion on road courses compared to super speedways?" I love super speedway racing. I just think it's something
That's a
that
pure NASCAR thing.
any given moment chaos could break out. But I don't even know if I could
Fair
explain
enough.
why I like super speedway racing. I just think it's fun to see a giant pack of race cars just driving like crazy and being able to push each other.
Yeah.
His other question was, do you like Pocono or Dover more? Well, I really like Pocono this past year because we won there. Dover's
And
really
it's a
cool too.
which trophy's better?
What do you mean
Like we
compared
talked
to
about,
Dover or
I
Pocono?
know you've held the Pocono
Miles the
trophy.
Monster is pretty sick.
Yeah.
And
But Pocono is straight up
I've got the
American.
Pocono or American Eagle, the bald eagle that's on the Pocono trophy. It's being shipped to my house at some point because
It's
I
being
bought
flown,
one.
being flown to
It's
your house.
flying here by a bald eagle. It's being dropped off at my front door.
Yeah, it's actually just gonna be a
Um,
bald eagle that dies hitting your door. They're like,
but
here you
yeah, to
go.
answer your question, that's kind of tough. They're both really different. The only thing I would say pit road wise, Pocono has the advantage being that the pit road is massive. You have so much room to work. Dover, not so much. And the other thing about Dover is they have a gravel horse racing track on the infield of Dover. So when we have to walk around that or push equipment up and down that little hill that's got the gravel, it kind of sucks. But it's
NASCAR
not
needs to
enough to
take over
really,
that place. Race on the gravel,
yeah, everybody gets
all the
like
elements.
rain tires or something to drive on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that other than like I said, the Dover, the gravel infield track, it kind of sucks, but it's not enough to diminish the entire race because that's
yeah,
just my preference. I wish it was paved, I guess is the best way to put it.
yeah. So I actually do have a legit question now that I put down that I thought about. Um, so a little bit of your background is you played baseball throughout. I mean, you had it since you were born, really, up until you and you still play softball. But so you've had those situations where you win, but and there's an anticipation to it. So my it's a little bit long to ask this question. What's it like winning a race versus winning a baseball game? Because I was just thinking about it because like Corey Haim, they had laps to watch them being first. It's not like a walk-off home run or even like a I mean, there's games where you're just blowing them out, but like that
Mm.
anticipation that builds up to the win,
Yeah,
it's
I'll be
not as
honest.
much of an
It's
instant.
winning winning any race, I think probably is more satisfying and gratifying too, I guess is another word, because it's something that you work towards all week, whether that's the mechanics in the shop, the crew chief coming
Hmm.
up with your,
There's
the
more work
balance
put
of your
into the
car.
win.
There's just a lot of work put in, and you're gonna lose more times than not.
Yeah.
Like that's any given team in the garage. You're just gonna lose so much more than you are gonna win. So when those wins come, they just mean so much more. Baseball's a 50-50 chance, football's a 50-50 chance.
Uh,
You
I think
know,
what I'm asking
basketball's the
though
same thing.
is that
So
the
the build up,
anticipation of yeah, the buildup of it.
I think in baseball,
Like if you
a lot
dominate
of
the whole
times.
race.
Yeah, in baseball, there's a lot of times where basically by the second, third inning, you know which the better team is, and one
Yeah.
of those teams is going to really start to pull away. In racing, any given moment, you could have a flat tire. Any given moment, you could have a mechanical failure,
Hmm.
or if you know you got one more pit stop, you got to execute. So
Those scenarios just linger.
that gratification comes from knowing once those laps are winding down and you're leading. Pocono, for instance, the 11 had to fall out because they had a flat tire. They ran over
Yeah.
a nail or something, a screw,
Yeah.
and then
Conveniently
we
in front of the 34 box.
yeah, we sabotaged that race.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it was once he fell out, I was like, and I told my friends this the next day. I said it was gonna come down to whoever took the lead in turn one at Pocono, the 34 or the 11, because we were the two best cars.
Yeah.
So all that being said, it was really, really interesting to see what is that?
I was trying to soften up my light a little bit with my uh
Oh,
my
did it
fabric, but
cover?
yeah, I didn't use any clips because the light can't really handle the weight, so I used tape and it failed. So there we go.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. But
That's pretty but yeah, to go back to that conversation is it is very gratifying. I mean, IRP, it was like the laps kept winding down and for the most part, once you've run your stops and you know your job is done, you're just like sitting there fingers crossed like,
yeah.
yo, please just nothing crazy happen here. Because there's so many times where I'm sure the 11 it's like two other races this year where they've lost races because of late race
Yeah.
restarts and someone bulldozed them over and or something happened.
I mean,
Just
talking about Pocono, I'm thinking about Larson back in 2021. He was on that he could have had 11
oh yeah,
wins.
driving into the turn, whatever you wouldn't call it, the tunnel. Not he just passed the
The
tunnel turn going into turn three, and
Yeah,
the
blows
left
that
front
tire.
blows and
I mean, we even saw Blaney last year at what's the track in St. Louis, World of
Gateway,
Gateway. Uh, yeah, he runs out of gas.
worldwide tech or something like
Yeah,
that.
he runs out of gas like coming to the line or whatever on the last lap or something like that. But yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. I was thinking about that during the race, but I was like, because like the anticipation, you're just watching yourself dominate maybe at some points. What's that like versus, I've been in those high school baseball games of, okay, we're winning 9-0.
Yeah,
But
this game's pretty much ours, and it's the
yeah,
fourth inning.
but I guess, with racing, it is interesting that you are always thinking about, please don't be a yellow, please don't something weird happen, because the baseball game has a lot more control in that scenario. Like
Yeah.
the system of winning is just different. So I was just
Well,
wondering with that.
like I was saying, I mean, some of it's like it's gonna be us or them that wins this game. In racing, it's us versus
Yeah,
35 other competitors.
yeah, that's very true. But let's get into predictions. Let's go. We're going Daytona.
Daytona.
All the series are there. I won't be at this one like I have been the past like what, two Daytona races. So
I'm
uh,
trying to think. Who would I
I
pick to win Daytona?
well, we can start with the trucks. You're
There
going
is no
with
trucks here this weekend. It's just
the,
Xfinity and Cup.
man. I did not do my research. I don't know what the entry list is either. Um, so no trucks this weekend. You did text me that too, man. I
Jesus,
had
Owen.
Well, I would have picked Corey LaJoy.
All
But let's go with Xfinity then. Jeremy
right,
is
so Xfinity,
pretty good at
Jeremy's in it. He's
he's
pretty good at
yeah.
Daytona, Talladega. So we've got a shot. You never know what could happen. I'm gonna
What's
take
your
the
wild card?
51, and then the wild card.
Who would you
Hmm,
be okay with winning after? Be like, who's your okay, I get it.
I'm trying to
Or
think off the top
whose
of my
pit
head.
crew do you root for to win after?
Nobody's technically other than mine.
Josh Williams might be at Daytona, I think. I think they're securing the ride
I
right
know
now.
he's doing the Alpha Prime deal. I don't know when he's
Yeah.
starting.
I felt like it was Daytona was the first one. I can go ahead and tell you mine. I'm
Okay.
going Xfinity Ryan Sieg. It's my pick. Obviously,
Okay.
always have it in the pocket. Every driver that you're pitting for is always in my pocket. As I hope they win.
So the
But
2-1 Daytona this past year, Jesse Love.
yeah,
I mean, it's hard to bet against the 21 or the 2. They're so fast when it
they
comes to
are.
super
But who
speedways.
won Talladega?
I'm
I
trying to
don't
remember who
remember.
did win
And
Talladega.
I think it was
I
Sammy
want
Smith,
to
maybe.
say
Sammy Smith.
maybe it might have been the 7.
He's the
Um,
8. What
well,
is
was
wrong
it
with
not
you?
Allgaier's the 7? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in the 8.
Um.
Dang, dude. I'm
You
trying to think who I picked.
just say a driver. Say Rookie
I
Rudd.
Ricky Rudd. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go to the 51. I don't know how to even pick as my
that's
dark
fine.
horse, and it's not even a dark horse. It'd be like maybe the 21, but
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna pick my buddy Steven. My rear changer and I do not change on the same car on Saturday for Xfinity. Whoever's driving the 11 for them for Colleague.
Oh, forgot.
Because like the week, two
I
weeks
feel like I
ago, it
heard it.
was
It's Justin
Carson
Haley.
Hocevar.
It's Justin
Is
Haley.
Justin Haley driving?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe Justin Haley will win with the 11.
Yeah. All right. So Cup. Who you got for Cup? You can't be biased on this one.
No, I
I
can't be
have
biased.
I have mine because I also want to see the storyline.
Let's
But
see here. The 5 finally wins a super speedway.
man, that would be nice. But no, I'm gonna go with Kyle Busch. Like this, I feel like
He
RCR.
almost won it last year.
I was there, yeah, and I was like, dang, I feel like maybe I was the
You
bad.
kind of took my pick. I was thinking about the 8 earlier.
Well, think about somebody else. Go with an RFK card because I would that would be my wild card. My wild
I
card
was thinking
is RFK.
Blank or Brad K. It was the guy I was thinking of
Brad
to
K
finally.
and the whole RFK group is a pretty strong speedway
You probably got
racers.
to pick a Ford, man. Fords are so fast.
Ryan Preece is an aller on
All
my
right,
hood guy.
I'm gonna go with Brad K. And then my dark horse would be one of the front row Cup cars. I'm gonna go with Zane, the 38.
Yeah, I mean the front row
Got
is a
some
pretty good
buddies
car.
on the 38,
David
and
Gilliland's pretty good.
they're always really fast at
Yeah,
these super speedways. Front row has some power.
yeah.
Did you say David Gilliland? You mean Todd Gilliland?
Todd Gilliland, all the Gillilands, all the Gillilands. Um,
I do
yeah,
wish Truck was going back this weekend.
that's
Kind of
weird that
bums
y'all
me
not.
out. Kind of bums me out. We only go to basically 2 super speedways with trucks. Just Daytona at the very beginning, and then like this third to last week, Talladega.
Yeah, yeah, that is interesting. But all right, well that does it for now. Do we have any more live stream comments that we can answer real
No,
quick?
I think that's it.
Well, yeah, that's been pretty fun. That was, I mean, we got a good amount of questions. I
We
wasn't
got some
anticipating.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah,
Uh,
I'm trying to scroll through all of them.
All of them. Man, there was many.
I mean, there was ones from Sam to then Cameron. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty
thanks, Cameron,
sweet.
for being here. Thanks for the
Yeah,
questions.
he's not watching anymore,
He got
but
his fill and left.
no,
But
that's
were
it
they
was
able to hear me on the TikTok live, or is it just you
it's showing the audio bar is pinging when you're talking,
when
so
I'm pinging? Well, if you can hear me talk in this, go check it out on YouTube and really anywhere you
YouTube
get
and the
your podcasts. So we need to figure out how
podcast
to put
app.
a link in at least to our profiles while the live stream's going. So if you want to subscribe and stuff, you can listen.
Like,
But
subscribe, go on the YouTube channel.
yeah,
I have it in my bio on my TikTok account, so
well, yeah, send them there, and then if you go on
go
YouTube,
to the YouTube channel in my bio.
yeah, and on YouTube it would just be
This
10
will
away.
drop most likely Wednesday at noon, right? That's usually the set day.
I put it at 4 a.m. my time, so
So 7 a.m. Wednesday,
yeah,
Eastern Standard Time.
try to get in time for morning commutes. But
I like that plan. I thought for some reason it was at noon on Fridays.
for uploading like a podcast, like I know like when I was uploading shorts a lot, they were like 6 p.m. Is kind of like or like 5 to like 7 p.m. is like the time slot that gets everybody. My time at least. I have to adjust for Pacific time. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't take the same approach because I was like, I just want this to be available whenever somebody's driving in the morning because that's when I would listen to a podcast.
Right.
Uh, I don't really try to target it, but nor I realized our banner at the end doesn't even have like and subscribe. I'm not someone that gets hungry for stuff like that, but it was kind of fun. I don't know what happened to like the last because we usually average like 15 views is right around our average. And this past Watkins Glen podcast, I think we were up to like 230 or something. And I was like, I don't know what we did here. I
Was that on
changed,
YouTube?
yeah, I changed, and then I went to go look at the podcast analytics, and we're like 10. So I don't know what happened. Uh, but maybe people wanted to find out what kind of ice cream we enjoyed.
Maybe we
So
should start having a really funny, very common question every week that we start with. Like,
yeah,
what's your go-to fast food joint?
right now Chick-fil-A, but if I was on the East Coast, Bojangles. So don't shake your head just because you don't have taste
Bojangles.
buds.
No, it's just I'm not a Cajun fan.
Oh, you just
I don't know what I'd pick. Chick-fil-A's up there. Um,
You used to pick Krispy Kreme or Little Caesars. Good Lord, the calories
I
you.
don't think of Krispy Kreme as fast food.
I'm just saying, like in the realm
I
of,
can F up some Krispy Kreme donuts though.
yeah,
You need to go right to the end and clip this, and we'll use that as the promo.
yeah. Oh, I can F up Krispy Kreme. There we go. That'll get them.
I will take the stomach cakes all day long for some
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme.
Oh man, it gets me. But every time,
But
like, you know what Krispy Kreme, given our childhood, Krispy Kreme tastes like Pigeon Forge to me. Whenever I think of the flavor of Krispy Kreme, because Dad would always get it when we were staying there
I can see
for
what
the
you're saying.
1900th time.
Yeah, anytime we go to what's that? Cades Cove.
Cades
Anytime we
Cove,
went there, it
Gatlinburg,
was like
yeah.
it smells like 7:30 in the morning, or if not earlier,
Yeah.
and we're
Which
going to Cades Cove.
it's
Mom and
seeded.
Dad, when y'all listen to this upcoming week, I know that
Yeah.
Mom's gonna be sitting in the passenger seat while Dad's driving, and they're gonna
Yeah.
start laughing.
Well, it's so deep within me that the solo trips I've taken with friends, or mom and dad are not even there. I'm like, I think I have to go in the morning. I like almost like sleep drive to Krispy Kreme, and I get like a half dozen or the dozen, whatever.
I've branched out though to where I don't eat just the glazed. I mean, I will
Oh,
gladly
look at
take a
you.
12. I'll take a dozen glazed all day long. Don't get me wrong. But I could get chocolate sprinkles, Ella and Jack.
Yeah.
Ella always wants the strawberry glazed with sprinkles. Sam sometimes wants like jelly filled or
Yeah.
Boston cream. So
I
it's
was always chocolate sprinkles, and I get my wife makes fun of me for it. So she's like,
nice.
"You're a baby." And I was like, "No, it's just good." But I did have to like at Cold Stone, talking about Cold Stone last week. I used to get sprinkles on my ice cream because I like the texture of it. But I legit started getting like insecure being 27.
What a queer.
Being like 27, like, can you put sprinkles on that?
Yeah, you gotta come up with a code word. Can you do the
Can you do the little things that are like little
can you do
specks?
this?
Can
The
oh
little colorful things?
yeah, but I now I switched it over to Grand Cracker Crumbs. Uh, so it's a little bit more manlier now, I guess. Can you put
Yeah,
on sprinkles?
you should definitely cut this off right before you start talking about
Nah,
putting sprinkles in
this
your
is our
ice
only
cream.
promo. I'm saying ice cream and food apparently gets the clicks for NASCAR podcasts. Um, but yeah, let's wrap it up.
Episode 20. That was a
Have
good one.
fun in Daytona next week. Yeah, best of luck to the 51 team and
Thank
the
you
8 team.
guys.
I feel like I don't know if I've ever picked a driver to win. I thought I felt good about Blaney, but he ended up not letting me down. But
Heck yeah,
anyways,
man.
it's been 10
Good
away.
episode.
Time to go away.
10 away.
See y'all.
5, 4, 3,